So most of you know by now that I do look into Harry and Meghan quite a lot. And one of the things that I have seen in the comments is I wonder who is financing them, who is bankrolling them, how are they managing to afford all of the things that they seem to be able to, especially given that all of the deals that they have seem to have dried up. There's no more real money coming in. So who is bankrolling them? Well, I believe I have found out. So we're going to explore this and what I think is potentially going on and why Harry and Meghan are quite happy to have this happen. So if you're interested in the truth, we strip back the layers, not just the gossip, not just clickbait, it's actually getting to the truth of what is really going on, especially in the world of Harry and Meghan, then this could be the channel for you as we delve into the world of psychology, looking at behavior and body language. Please don't forget to like the video if you've enjoyed it, subscribe to the channel so you do not miss future uploads, and it also tells YouTube not to throw me away on the pile, but to keep me going. So as you're still here, go grab your drink of choice, whatever that may be. Sit back, relax, as we get into some tea with some therapeutic psychology. So hey everyone, I hope you've had a great weekend. Okay, yeah, so I've done a bit of a dive over the weekend thanks to somebody who sent me some information on my Facebook page, because I had no idea about this person. And it just goes to show you that when we stick together and, you know, for me doing this and sort of relying on you guys, because I don't always get, over here in the UK, I don't always get all of the information and I don't always quite know the questions to ask. So this was given to me and so I thought, oh, that's interesting. So I did some diving into this and yep, this is the woman that appears to be bankrolling Harry and Meghan, and I will put a picture up of her here. Her name is Victoria Jackson. Now she's an entrepreneur. She appeared on Meghan's podcast and she's also appeared on her As Ever Netflix series. And yeah, you guessed it, she's a multi-millionaire. She is worth around, I mean, some people even say that she could potentially be a billionaire, but she's worth, from what I can see, around 800 million. She is 70 years old. And I do think there's a bit of a pattern here, because if you remember, but I know that I did talk about the fact that for Meghan to succeed in whatever it is that her agenda is, she will need to find a millionaire or a billionaire. Now, this could be in the guise of a man, so she could quite happily leave Harry for somebody like this, or it will be a woman, someone that's bankrolling her. And I believe this is why she's had these people on her podcast to, in a sense, see which one will take the bait, to groom them. So apparently she's been friends with this woman a few years. They met through Gloria Steinem. And stay till the end, because also there's another little revelation as well. So I'm going to read you some of the things that I have put together, some of the things that I have found. So, and it actually says, and if you look at some of the media, there is media out there. So this isn't just me making this up. There is actual media articles about Meghan and this woman. And even in the articles, it says Victoria Jackson secretly bankrolls Harry and Meghan's luxurious lifestyle. So I'm going to read what it says and we're going to sort of go through. So it says Prince Harry and Meghan Markle are quietly enjoying a luxury lifestyle through the generosity of American cosmetics mogul Victoria Jackson. It has emerged. Jackson, 70, it says a billionaire entrepreneur known as the Queen of Cosmetics. In all fairness, I actually do believe she's trying to capitalize on the Pamela Anderson's no makeup look. And who pulls it off beautifully. She's just stunning, in my opinion. I love her. And so I think that she jumps on these things. And I'm going to do a video about this as well, because I also found out some very interesting things about Meghan and kind of what she's been up to in another video as well. Because as you know, I like to dig to the truth. So she was, and the property that Meghan, the brownstone property that Meghan was interviewed in, the one where... where she was announced to the interviewer and nobody else. But I imagine maybe Meghan's 5 personalities were there, so perhaps it was obviously to them as well. But I mean, I'm sorry, but how pretentious. And this is exactly the point. It's like people that are rich, people that are famous, that are royalty, they don't do any of that. You know, Meghan is so desperate to be seen as somebody that she just does these very contrived, just bizarre behavior to, in a sense of like, you know, yes, I'm hanging on to these titles and I'm going to be announced, because that's not royal protocol. Actually, the interviewer is the one that gets announced when they come into the room. So Meghan just doesn't even understand that side of things anyway. But regardless, I mean, that's just so obvious. It's like her putting DS on her, is it her luggage or whatever it is? I mean, it's just ridiculous. So anyway, so this is the woman that is loaning them properties. Now, what's interesting is that it says in this, and I quote, that Harry and Meghan have access to her multi-million-dollar properties in New York, Beverly Hills, and Montecito. I can guarantee you, even though I don't know, that that's where a lot of things were. When they did things, were making it seem like they're in that mansion. They're not, because they've known each other for a few years. So Meghan and Harry have been using this woman for a few years. So I can absolutely guarantee, because I've said before, they don't live in that mansion. I don't care what the articles say. I don't care what they try and say or whatever it is. They do not live in that mansion that we are being told they live in. But what I do believe is that they are flitting back and forth between this woman's properties. So it says here, so Mail Online cited sources as saying that Harry and Meghan frequently stay at Victoria Jackson's imposing Upper East Side brownstone during work trips to New York. So every time they're in New York, I remember when we had the infamous, they were being chased around New York. This is where they were staying. And I truly do believe, as I've said before, that Meghan is very good at creating a victim narrative. I am quite surprised that someone that seems to be quite clued up, because you don't earn this type of money if you haven't got a head on your shoulders. But for some reason, whether she just wants to be connected to Harry as his sort of royalty, why she's believing what Harry and Meghan are selling. So the couple were believed to be staying there in 2023 during the widely disputed paparazzi car chase. The lavish home, complete with a glass elevator, gourmet kitchen, was recently spotlighted in Meghan's interview. So so that's where she stayed. So this is what's happening now. So she is using and manipulating millionaires to give them the lifestyle that she wants. So it says Harry and Meghan are also said to use Victoria Jackson's Beverly Hills mansion, a 14-bedroom estate once owned by Hollywood legend Buster Keaton, as well as her Montecito home, where Meghan celebrated her 41st birthday, apparently in 2021. Why would you, if you live in Montecito? Apparently you have this, 16 bathrooms, so many bedrooms, mansion. Why would you feel the need to go and stay and have your 41st birthday at somebody else's place that literally is just around the corner from this alleged mansion they're supposed to live in? You just wouldn't. You just wouldn't. So the Montecito estate is reportedly a favourite, apparently, of Harry and Meghan's children. So they just pop round and they stay there rather than stay in their own home with all their own things. I mean, look, we know that they're lying about the children, right? So we know that. So I think, again, this has to be added in there about the children. A source claims that Victoria Jackson's properties offer the couple unparalleled security, comfort, and notably zero cost. They are getting all of this for free. They have been staying there for years. They don't have to pay at all, which is also appealing. Well, of course it is. Of course it is. They're getting to stay for free. These two, honestly, this is the height of the embarrassment, is that, in my opinion, that Harry and Meghan, like I said, they're not staying at that, they don't live in that mansion. I don't really know what is going on with that mansion at the moment, but I don't believe they live there. But it seems that, and I do wonder if this is mainly Meghan, not Harry, because as I've said before, I don't believe they're together. They are grifting off this woman. Now, more for her, if she is truly believing the lies that Harry and Meghan, or maybe mainly Meghan, have sold to her, I feel sad that they believe that. But it seems that that's exactly what she's doing. And it's interesting that this woman is 70 years old. Now, please don't get me wrong. I am not by any means saying that anyone of that age bracket is easily duped, because, you know, my mum and dad are around that age. I've got a very good friend around that age. And, you know, they're very, and they're smart. But it does seem to me that Meghan seems to be cultivating relationships with multimillionaires that seem to be of the older generation. So whether or not she, there's a reason for that. Man, Gloria Steinem's 91 years old. And, you know, and so I think, you know, she's sort of cottoned on to Gloria Steinem using the feminist thing, and, like, you know, and I'm sure that the Procter and Gamble fake story thing come out, you know, and that's probably how she cultivated and groomed that relationship. And then she's now met Victoria Jackson through Gloria Steinem, and I'd say they're multi-millionaires, well, a billionaire in some cases. So this, to me, and the fact that they are bankrolling Harry and Meghan. So no matter, they're using her private jets, they're staying in their properties, or let's say the very least Meghan is. This is just, to me, I just will always say this. I still don't understand why the royal family are not doing something, because, you know, there's no way that Meghan would get any of this if she was just Meghan Markle, because if that was the case, she would have got it before marrying Harry. She wasn't just some slip of a thing, you know, some 18-year-old, you know, all bright-eyed and starry-eyed, like marrying into the royal family. A bit, unfortunately, like how Diana was very young and naive when she married into the royal family. Meghan wasn't. She knew exactly what she was doing. This is what she has done her entire adult life. And I would probably say maybe even before that. As a child, she was manipulating her father, getting what she wants when she wants. And she's just carried that on. So Jackson, who is co-owner of the Montecito Bookstore Godmothers, who again supported Meghan's recent As Ever pop-up event held at the venue on November the 6th, which I heard actually did appallingly. Nobody was interested. She was seen arranging her home products and candles in the store's events. So she's using that as well from her. It says here, introduced to them by feminist icon Gloria Steinem after Megxit, Jackson has become a close friend and mentor to the couple. In return, Meghan has discreetly supported Jackson's ventures, even wearing her no makeup products to the 2023 EPSI Awards. Meghan isn't supporting her. Meghan's grooming her. There's a big difference. Meghan doesn't have friends. She has people she cultivates, people she grooms to get what she wants. The minute she does, or the minute they serve their purpose, they're done. She is not stupid, Meghan. I know that some people think that she might be, but I wouldn't say that I think she's intelligent, but she's very, very calculated. And she knows how to manipulate and groom people. And this is exactly what she's doing. So what she'll do, and you'll find this with narcissists, if anyone has ever been with a narcissist, I have, and I know I've seen it in the comments, many of you, they start out when they first, and they can cultivate this for years. They can play the long game until it serves its purpose. So with people like Meghan, who I believe has got sociopathy and perhaps even psychopathy, she has seen something within Victoria Jackson as a means to get what she wants. So she is going to play the long game. Even if it irritates her, she is going to do exactly and be the friend. And what I would potentially say, because also as well is Victoria Jackson has a very poorly daughter. She's done a lot for the charity that, you know, her daughter has obviously got an illness. She's got a rare autoimmune disease, and her daughter was diagnosed in 2008. Now, I can tell you categorically what I believe is happening here is that Meghan will be coming in almost like a surrogate daughter. She will have recognised, because this is what narcissists do, they recognise whatever the need is and they become that. Like with Harry losing his mother, probably still having real issues with the loss of his mother, needing a mother figure, because I do feel that is exactly what Harry was, even if it's subconsciously. And I do think that he prefers a dominant woman, while he potentially lets her get away with some of the things that she does. But that's exactly what Meghan will be doing. So her coming in and supporting her isn't because she loves her and sees something in her and wants to support her. It's because of what she gets back. Because I can tell you now, if this woman wasn't a millionaire, Meghan would not be supporting anything of hers. Meghan only has people in her life that have got money and connections that she can utilise. That's why anyone that doesn't, she is no longer interested in. There is not one person in her life that she has got that hasn't got connections, money, some way of helping elevate her in some way. No one. Any of the friends that she had growing up, discarded. Look at the way that she's treated previous partners, discarded. Look at the way she's treated her father, discarded. And I probably would maybe even say that her mother isn't amongst that. Her mother is probably around, but she only uses her when she needs her. But I would absolutely guarantee you that what Meghan has possibly done here is that she's now adopted this daughter type role, and unfortunately, again, abusing the trauma that Victoria Jackson has got with her own daughter, has probably yearned for this sort of mother-daughter relationship that she's possibly missing with her own daughter, and Meghan has sought that, and Meghan has seen through that and become that for her. And this is how dangerous someone like Meghan Markle is. And the fact of the matter is, like I said, if this woman didn't have any money, Meghan would not be interested in her. So the minute, say, the money dried up, Meghan would walk away, a bit like her father. Her father had a bit of money. As soon as he had nothing, don't want to know him anymore because she's now got Harry. Now Harry's money's drying up. I can guarantee you she's going to be grooming this woman. And then when the divorce happens, she's going to be all victim. And Harry was so awful to me. And this woman is going to be like, there. That's okay, Meghan. I'll help you. I'll sort you out. Don't you worry. With the possibility, and I hate to say this, but if this woman passes away, Meghan will potentially believe that this woman will leave the money to her. Now, of course, she is married, this woman, but that won't matter to Meghan. That is what I don't know why I feel so concerned, because at the end of the day, this woman's a grown woman. She can do what she wants. If she wants to do that with her money and she wants to bankroll someone like Meghan and get her hand chewed right off, that's her choice. But I think I think when we talk in the comments now and we sort of say, you know, we know that we're not like that. You know, we would never treat somebody that way. It's so sometimes difficult to fathom how somebody can do what Meghan does. And I know that I see it in the comments where people are like, I just don't get it. I don't understand. How can she be this cruel? How can she be? But unfortunately, this is the way that she is. All she cares about is being powerful, having money. And the only way in her eyes to have power is to have money. So she'll see the likes of Kris Jenner, who can literally click her fingers and get pretty much what she wants. That's what Meghan wants. She wants to be the top of everything, and she will do whatever it takes to get there, believe you me. And this is what's really sad, is because, you know, Victoria Jackson's life story, it says here, is one of resilience, rising from childhood trauma to building $1 billion cosmetic empire. Beyond business, she has donated over 80 million to research for neuromyelitis. I'm sorry if I say this wrong, optica. It's a rare autoimmune disease, and her daughter was diagnosed with this in 2008. Now, I've said before that Meghan and Harry, especially Meghan, they use the trauma of people. So I would absolutely guarantee you, and I think I also read somewhere else that there was abuse as well in Victoria's sort of childhood as well. We know, because I think Lady C touched on it, that that she was contacted when she was writing the book about Meghan, that she was contacted by some people that were connected to Meghan, stating that perhaps Thomas had done some things. Now, I truly do believe that when Meghan met Harry, that she created this victim story. Now, I don't know if she actually said that side of it, but I definitely do believe that she sort of created this image of, you know, I come from nothing. I have worked my way up, and my family just want to sponge off me. And of course, you know, with the way Harry is, it's like, you know, coming from the family that he's come from, you know, he's going to see that and think, you know, oh, there's this woman who's literally, you know, she's not going to use me. She's come from nothing, and she's worked her way up, and look how successful she is. And if she has that victim story, you can guarantee that this is what she's potentially told other people. Along with the fact that, you know, how abusive the royal family are. We've seen it. We've heard it. She said it on Oprah. You know, how she was bullied. They didn't like her because she was black. All of the things that she has come out with, you can guarantee that on the quiet, she is saying the same thing to these women and possibly embellishing further, because this is what they do. So unfortunately, what happens then, and I'm sure that many of you can relate to this, is if you have been through your own trauma, and somebody comes along and it mirrors a similar trauma, you come together in that shared experience. It doesn't matter if that person is an awful person. You know, you don't know that in that moment. So you're coming together with a shared experience. And I truly do believe this is what Meghan does. So you kind of form this sort of bond. And then you've got, like I say, the fact that her daughter is very, very poorly. And so you've got then Meghan utilising that and coming in and doing what she's doing. So this is what Harry and Meghan have done. They are grooming people. And I've said before, like, she's potentially tried it with Emma Grede. Now, whether or not that's going to happen now after the Kardashian thing, because this is the other thing, this is why I wanted you to stay. The other thing is that guess who is good friends with Kris Jenner? Yep, Victoria Jackson. She is good friends. They've been friends for years. So there you go. So if you wanted to know, I mean, I know that I said it was potentially Jeff Bezos that could have potentially done the invite, and that still could be true. That still could be true. But I do wonder if Meghan wanted, because I don't know, I did try to research whether Victoria Jackson actually went to Kris Jenner's birthday party. And some say she did, and then there's others that don't really say anything. So I do wonder if she was invited to Kris Jenner's 70th birthday party and Meghan and Harry tagged along. Now, I don't know if they were necessarily invited, because I do suspect they possibly were not, but they were sort of allowed to come because they came with Victoria Jackson. And I'm telling you now, I'm saying it here, the fact that she is doing this no makeup thing, again, she's trying to copy Pamela Anderson, which I think that she has done with her As Ever show as well. We know that Meghan does this. I think she is trying to also mimic Victoria Beckham. I think she's trying to maneuver into the fashion industry, trying to change her look to be similar to Victoria Beckham. But I also absolutely do believe that she's going to be coming out with a beauty line, a makeup line, skincare or beauty or something along those lines. I absolutely guarantee it. And this woman is the one that's going to be bankrolling it. This woman is going to set her up because she's done it before. She set up, she helped, is it Ellen? I think J-Lo was another one. So she's actually helped other celebrities do makeup lines. Now, were they successful? No, not really. And will Meghan's be? No, I don't think so. But that won't stop Meghan trying. And I think Meghan is utilising this woman's money to do it. So it may not be a man that she's interested in. She's interested in this woman's money. And unfortunately, as I've said, I think that Meghan is utilising the trauma that this woman has gone through with her daughter. And has, because I think in one interview, it sort of said that she saw Victoria as her safe space. That's what she says. She's her safe space. No, I'm using you. Because unfortunately, this is what Meghan does. She uses, she grifts, and this is what she does. So the that's what I'm fully expecting now. I'm fully expecting that Meghan has got our claws fully into this woman, which I think is deeply sad. And I am fully expecting that we are going to see, whether it be next year, because Netflix have now actually come out and said they're done. That's it, they're done. They've not even put her products in their pop-up store. They're not interested in her anymore. And so, of course, she's going to be scrambling now to try and find something to secure. We've got Harry, who's just going along with whatever, because like I said, he's just a bum that doesn't know what he's doing. He hasn't got a purpose. And yeah, so this is what I think is going to be the next thing. I think whether it's next year or the year after, we are going to see her coming out with possibly a makeup line. Because as I've said before, she is very jealous of Victoria Beckham. And she is very jealous of Catherine. So she knows that people want to style Catherine. So she wants her own fashion brand. And she is also wanting her own makeup line, because she knows obviously this is what Victoria Beckham has. Victoria Beckham has everything. She has the makeup line, the skincare. And I mean, even though, yes, it's a little bit pricey, her makeup, but it's high end. It's high end. So, when you look at a lot of these high end brands, designer brands, Victoria does fall in that bracket. And I've had some of her products. I've used her foundation, and I really like it, especially for mature skin as well. I really like it. I like a lot of her products. So this is what I think Meghan is trying to do now. She's trying to, she believes that she can probably eclipse or be as good as and be recognized in the fashion world, but it's never going to happen. I'm sorry, but it's never going to happen. Victoria has worked for years and has gone through so many hurdles. She has worked her butt off to get where she is, and that is why she's respected and she has earned her place. Meghan has not earned anything. She has literally grifted it. So anyone in the fashion industry is not going to be interested in her. She literally has to invite herself, which she's now admitted. Well, of course she has to now, because the guy come out and said, I never invited her. We're not friends. So, of course, she's come out and went, yeah, well, I just wanted to support him. It's like, no, you were literally ringing round trying to get someone to invite you. And in the end, the only one that thought, okay, well, fair enough, is Balenciaga. Probably because of all the backlash they've had, they thought, well, at least it will get them some attention, because it did. So, yeah, this is what she's doing. So you heard it here. I'm not saying I'm first, but you've heard it here. I'm going to call it. I'm going to say that next year, she's going to possibly come out with a makeup line, skincare line, or something in the fashion. She's gonna step away from the jams. The jams were never the thing. Jam was not her jam. Neither was the wine. This was just her putting it out there so she can go, look, I have a brand. I have a successful one. It sold out. But we all know it was white labeling goods. And the fact is that she probably had about 5 products and got her friends, her so-called friends, to buy them. But yes, so let me know what you think in the comments regarding this. But yeah, this is the woman that's, because I know I've seen it, this is the woman that's bankrolling them, or her, should I say, because I do think it's mainly her. So let me know what you think in the comments. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Have you got something else to add to this? Because I do love to read what you're talking about. So in the next video, I will be delving into why Meghan is doing what she's doing, and why she seems to, it's not just about jealousy that she tries to overshadow the royal family or other people. There's actually a method. And I'm going to be talking about what it is that she's actually doing and why it's not going to work. So that's coming up in the next video. As always, drop in the comments if there's anything that you would like me to talk about. I know that you are waiting on the situation, the one with the boy. I'm just getting all my evidence together, and then I'm going to be doing the video on that, what stuff that I found. I want to make sure that I do it properly for you guys. So that is coming in the next couple of weeks. So please bear with. I will be doing a live before Christmas. I do apologize. I know that a lot of you email me to ask me when I'm doing a live. I just have to be very honest with you. I am exhausted. And I mean that wholeheartedly. I know that people don't like me sometimes going on about the menopause, but at the end of the day, it is a fact of life. I am going through it. I am very, very tired. It's all I can do to do my job. I have a full-time job. I do this. I am then also doing the free therapy program, and I am sort of helping people in emails. I answer as many as I possibly can, and I'm still missing people. And I do appreciate that that can be frustrating. There is only one of me. I want to do more lives. I really, really do. And I really hope that in the new year, I can get things together and I can start to feel a little bit more with it to do the lives for you. But I will be doing one before Christmas. And I have said that if I get to my 100,000 subscribers, which will be probably hopefully next year now, I will be running a competition as a thank you for all of you. I wish I could do more, but unfortunately, all the funds that I get, and it's not as much as what you might think because I do not get the views, but it all goes to running the free therapy program. I am trying my best to keep that afloat at the moment. So there is nothing else for me. I'd love to do the competitions that I wanted to do. I've wanted to do so much for you guys to thank you for what you do and help me. But I have to be honest, I just don't have the means to do it. And I don't have the energy a lot of the time to do the lives. If I could do one sporadically and just be like, hey, look, I'm coming on as a live, then maybe I can do that. But planning it is really difficult because one day I'm great, the next I could plan it like I planned it for a couple of weekends ago. And I just felt so drained, so tired. I couldn't do it. And I know that lets you guys down, and I'm really sorry about that. But I know that you also understand. So just to let you know that I will be doing one. I want to all have a little Christmas drink with you. Not that I drink alcohol, but you know what I mean. So I will be sorting that out and really try and get it together enough to have one just before Christmas so we can sort of all say Happy Christmas to each other. Everything else that you need runs along the bottom here. My email address, my PO box, everything is all in the description box below. Everything you need is there. The other platforms I'm on, etc., etc. So I will see you in the next one. As always, remember, I love you, I appreciate you, but most of all, I respect you. Take care. Bye-bye. Mwah.